Hi everybody, sorry. So 33 minutes late, even though I was 15 minutes ahead of time trying to get it all started. I'm skipping all of the intros. I'm trying to reduce how many screens I've got open. I really hate that I have to give up on and not use the things that make this more complete and professional, especially considering who out there's got over 1 million subscribers who have the capacity to emulate, but not the muscle power of the machinery. So this sucks, and nobody's here right now. I think I may take down the tic-tac-toe widget. Let me do that, unless somebody shows up. Locked it in. Take it down. I don't want to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna squish myself down over here with my little fire sword. That'll be fine. That's not gonna hide too much in the game. Let's get cracking. So, just as a preamble, in case you haven't seen some of my other stuff today, today is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day, and I put in a recipe that you can use whether you have an ice cream maker or not. There were also some other things I made today, because it was also National Day of something else. I can't remember what it is, but whatever it was, you can make it with an air fryer. So I got that recipe done too. But I've spent my afternoon writing scripts, taking old scripts that I had not developed, seeing where I could fit into the days of celebration stuff. And because tomorrow is National Self-Care Day, and self-care was the whole point of my starting my stuff, I have written or started scripts that are not finished yet. I've been working on this all afternoon. Which will have my binaural beats inside of whisper videos, ASMR videos. Some of them will be just little tiny shorts. Some of them will be giving out recipes for self-care products that you can DIY, or a lot of cooking recipes. But also, I'm looking at a lot of the self-affirmation videos, which is what I started with in the first place, even though I didn't have a rig character at the time. And I'm going to plump up these particular podcast and playlist areas. Also, I realized that things that were playlists that I said you could turn into a podcast, I didn't know it didn't maintain the playlist area. So there's things I want to maybe take everything out of podcasts, because I don't understand podcasts anyways. I'm not there like a live radio show program narrating this stuff, and I think I want to just have the playlist and then rediscover that other side later. Maybe. Oh, hey, Hero Flame. I am so sorry that I am late today. I was having such a bad time trying to get in. I don't know if that other video even showed up. Do you want to attempt to do the tic-tac-toe board again? If you do, I'm putting it up there. But I tried today to learn how to do it so that we could play it. And I understand some of the theory, but, oh, it's not even showing right now. So everything is stalled again, as we can see. But I'm not doing the intro and the end screens right now because my computer's just not dealing well with too many windows open. And it seems like when one window has something changed, it affects all of them together. So it's weird. So this helmet, it used to go on properly. I don't know why. It's but at least my eyes can see through it. I should make it a little smaller so you can see my mouth, but I don't think it matters today. Here we go. I've got, this is actually a dagger that I turned into a sword. So she's got a fire dagger here, Frost Death Knight with a fire dagger. But it seems like it won't take up too much room. I like this blue dragon guy. He's pretty hot. I think I have a thing for blue. I don't know who he is. He looks so serious and mad. He looks so shy. She looks pretty awesome. I would make a costume of her for a cosplay. Except it would cost a lot of money to do, so I don't. But I could cosplay that. Her, I don't know. She's just blending into the background there. I think of her as like grass Pokemon. So on my computer, I can see where I'm standing in the game. We've got a lag of less than 10 seconds though, I can tell you that. So let me see here. I'm going to get all that out of the way. I have some specialization stuff to deal with. I'm gonna stick me in the corner. Okay, so in trying to play this tic-tac-toe game, and I've learned, so if I sign into chat, it's gonna open up a different window for me that you won't see, but I can't do chat inside Streamlabs, which is really dumb. But yeah, we're testing it. So I'm gonna try to show you something. The theory is that if you put the exclamation mark in the word play and then leave a space and then put just one number between 1 and 9, so going across like a telephone, 1, 2, 3, and the middle is 4, 5, 6, the bottom is 7, 8, 9, so the 1's at the top left and the 9 is at the bottom right. And you pick one. So exclamation mark play, space, and then pick a number, one single digit. I'm going to try to do it here. Let me see. The chat's coming up in a totally different window for me. So let me see if I can get to that. And this morning when I tested out, it was all white. This time it's all black, so I don't know. So it should look something like this. And then what happens is, whichever number we picked, so I'm trying to do that. So there what I did, exclamation mark play and a space and then a 1 digit. And the majority, the number of the majority picks is what we get as an X on this board. And then the AI is going to play the O. And we have like a dark blue X and it will have a dark orange O. If we win, we get like blue winner names. And if they win, they get orange winner names, whatever. And it only gives us 8 seconds to make a vote. And then it just keeps resetting itself. And I'm going to say let's do play 6 because I think if I have to pre-select a game board, then I think I did the number 6. And I didn't want to pre-select a game board, but there I am. So if you do the same number as me within 8 seconds, it's supposed to actually play for us on the tic-tac-toe board. So basically all of the listeners, all the subscribers who participate are voting on the square they want to fill. So that's supposed to be what happens. I also created 6 emojis of my own to share with my subscribers. I don't know how to share though yet. So I still have to figure that part out. But I did download them into my computer today, and they're really cute once I figure out how to share them. Right now I don't know how. I didn't figure that out yet. So I don't see you voting on a thing, and you are right now my only... Ooh, she just popped up. You are my only listener, I think, right now. So you'd have to do exclamation mark play, space, and then a number. And then see if it'll play. See if it'll play out for you. It's not playing out for me, but then I'm the host, so I guess maybe it won't. And so even in the game, there we go. Game has super. Sure. I think I'm too far away now, but sure. Teach me cooking. Oh, there are no recipes. Will it do it? Oh shoot, when did you put that up? Who's my friend? What friend? The panda that popped up? I say the widget is a fail system. I'll have to do more research later. I'm going to take it down. It's just a pain in the butt. Okay, I don't want to see it anymore. Okay. So the thing that popped up, it's a lag in the NPCs showing up. I'm trying to maneuver myself into the world and I'm just stuck here on the spot. This really sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to delete some of the games I wanted to explore on the Thursday nights. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to delete some of the bigger games. But I think if the monster, my singing monster, has the better following for us, then I should keep that one. Because of chat delay. So 10 seconds instead of 8 seconds, or maybe 15 seconds. I was just worried 15 seconds would be too long. But yeah, let's troubleshoot that. I'll do that tomorrow because while this game is on, that's not going to work. So I'm closing that chat window for me. And I'm trying to move us around in the game. Here's the problem with Taskmaster. I don't understand. Anything I think looks like a duplicate, I try to end it and just keep one of, but then they all keep popping back open. So it's like 10 of something and 10 of something else, all running very tiny pieces. I don't really understand that part of the game stuff. But I think I'm going to have to spend the money and get a second external hard drive and move all of the sound files and everything that I use to make my videos, because I don't know what else there is. I only use my computer to play this game, unless I'm gaming for the VTubing and the VTubing stuff. No. So what have you been up to? Do you like the new thing I'm doing with the Celebrate Everyday shorts? Or are they annoying you? Because I have planned a whole bunch to the end of the month. I wrote up, I don't even know how many scripts today. I was on a roll after I went swimming. Oh, look at a cute baby dragon. Oh, it's a deer. Never mind. I'll talk to the not cute dragons. Find a way watcher. Okay, I think I can do that. And I think I can do that on my dragon. It's about time I get back to using my dragons. Where are the way watchers? Oh, I've got things to hand in too. I've got things to hand in 3 directions. Okay, so if I fly to Galakir's Point, that will be something I can do right away. So this song number 2 that will have Venus's bouncing head is going to come out maybe by the end of next week, or by the next guild meeting for Noriyama of Darnassus. I had him look it over, and we made some edits. And it's not quite done yet, but it's almost there. When I'm making things up, sometimes I have to walk away for a couple days and then I come back. Oh, there's a whole bunch I have to get to. Maybe I should stay closer to home first. Let's see what the other ones are. Checking my map. So it says there's 2 here. Maybe there's maybe there are things I have to action. No, I don't want to do that yet. Okay. What's this? Ugh. Okay. Galakir. Oh, I'm here. Let's go here. Let's go. We'll go finish those other quests. Okay, so tell me what's new in your world, hero. I feel like with a name like yours, you should have one of those hellhound pups that are on fire and the flaming kitten. I think you should have those pets. And you should get the flaming hippogriff. That's burning down quests in old Outlands in the marsh area. It gets you that. Oh, and then you can get the flaming girl that dances, that little toy. She's cute. I like that when she dances, you can click on her and dance and become a flaming dancer yourself, and then you can blow it a kiss. You're a dancer. Yeah, and my Venus, the rigged one, keeps having these little tiny glitchy fits. Okay. That time there wasn't so much of a lag. Alright. We're close by to something. Okay, so now checking my map. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Stuff I have to do on the ground. Okay, so I do want to get on my dragon. And it kind of creeps me out how he comes in from behind like that and scoops you up over his shoulder. So where is it I have to burn things down? Oh, I see something. Plus I want to land on a chest of money. I don't think I'm gonna, but I'll try to circle it. I don't know. Oh, where'd that go? Oh, I have to recharge. Oh, I think these are all points of where I have to fly from or to. Up there. Which I'll need to recharge. I hope I don't die when I land. I think I stay alive. Oh, what are you? What are you? Well, I recharge. It's fishing supplies guy. Oh, and there's a person there. Oh, it's just regular stuff. Let's get rid of that. Who are you? Pesky Otuk. Okay. Fishing trainer. Okay, we've got... Oh, here he is. That's the fishing trainer, but I've been trained. So what is this? The Walking Shards Tour. Flash Frost Flyover. I have to fly over. Okay. How close am I? What is this? Eggs in abundance. So I have to be able to fly over. Oh, and I'm under it, I see. Alright, waiting for my gems to fill. So today, I've started keeping this spritzer bottle of water just to spray on myself to refresh me. And I've also started to use it on my plants when they seem like, when they get too hot outside and they just wilt right down to the ground, and then you spritz them and they pop back up. So I'm afraid that I've been drowning them a little too much. So I wait until the sun is off them though, because I don't want them to just be burnt in the sun. And then I spritz them and they pop back up. And I was out there, I fell asleep for a good 2 hours. It was after I got back from my swim. But then I got up and I started typing again, and I sorted out a whole bunch of scripts, or took old ideas for scripts that were partly done and fit them into the things that are coming up for the rest of the month. So tomorrow I'll start on those, because I've tended to be falling asleep before midnight a little bit sometimes if I'm not on the computer, and then by 4:20 in the morning I'm up. And swimming doesn't start till 6, so that gives me time to pop out on average 2 shorts. And this month I'm really bombarding YouTube because I have this month to myself that I can have the time, but I'm finding I'm not getting to the things that most I wanted to get done that I should have gotten done last year. So, like, pretty much Msouls been stuck in the tent in the Brave Immortal Souls series, and I never developed the stories. But I should have. It's just that I knew how much time it would take to make the background sound effects for the stories, and then I got thwarted. And now I'm chasing that analytics thing. So that's not so good. Okay. I'm supposed to be able to do Passovers. I would have to be... I don't think that's all that it entails here. I would have to be able... Okay, let's see what this is. Well, at least... Okay. At least I'm gonna do something here. Should have probably done this first, because I was already here. Alright, what is that? Training wings. Guided up till 9:12. I didn't want to do that, but okay. Okay, I have to speak to a whelp trainer. But that's not him. They're over here. I love the waterfalls. Like, I love all the water effects, but I do really like the waterfalls. Oh. Okay. That's all underneath. We have to go that way. Okay, blacksmith. I have nothing for you. This is new. Here's my baby whelpling. Oh, I have to be on the baby whelpling? So what am I doing? This kind of reminds me of the bears in Northrend. Okay. Two are gone. Okay. Oh, that's the... Who is he? Oh, my friend. How do we go up? I don't know. I can't really go towards the things I want to kill. So, I'm seeing a rare coming up. Oh my goodness. Okay, if the only way I can travel is on the ground, then here we go. Okay, so I don't think I think flame is gone. Okay. Hmm. 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 I'm just not able to maneuver this. It's not fun for me. I don't like this quest. I can't go forwards. I can't go sideways. I can't even blow a fire at this guy. Dang it, I can't sit down. Yeah, that was just boring. Okay, I think Hero Flame is gone. Let's see. So I may just call night. Oh, unless you're back. Okay, I didn't accomplish anything today. It's just not finishing for me. We did get to fly around my dragon and feed some little dragon babies. And I've stayed very busy because there's really not much to do. Like, I don't have any physical friends in the town that I live, and driving out to see family takes 2 hours and a tank of gas. So, I mean, I'm not having fun in life. I'm just busy. I'm keeping myself busy. But I feel inspired about the scripts. Some of them I'm more into than others, but that's okay. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, if my brother were playing this, he would have this done in one shot. I'm just Okay, let me see. Fly over. Okay. Do you play World of Warcraft at all? Or do you just watch me play? Like, do you like the game? I enjoy your company too. You know, it's because I know you're out there, and somehow even when I'm going offline, usually at random when I don't warn people or schedule it, you tend to find me. So I don't want to disappoint. But it does mean something. Thank you, Hero. Yeah, no, I'm just because the self-help stuff is as much for myself as it is for everybody else. Ooh, I got something done there. I get this sigil over here. There's this like dragon sigil that I need, and I can't. I'm not choosing the height. Okay, this is really weird. The arrows are doing it. I see. I'm trying to get this. You can't do that right now, and I don't know. Okay, I'm getting out of this. I wonder if I could fly down there in a dragon. Can I? So if I can flop down and stay there in my other dragon, maybe I can get that sigil thing. Okay, let's go and see. I want the dragon sigil. Yes, it gave it to me. I don't know what it's for, but I know I need that. Now what else is here? I can kill all the other things now. Ooh, there's something else here. Some piece for a time capsule. Alright. So these guys are just like chilling while everything else in here is killing itself. Okay. Oh, they're dragons. They may not care. Okay. I've killed all of these that I need to. So what I have to go after are the gusts. Already killed those. Okay, so this is a gust. I'm gonna stick to the wall here and land on him. Did I land on him? Don't fall, don't fall. I need to kill you. Thank you. Yeah, that was unexpected. Okay, so we've got some progress here. At least we know we can maneuver a dragon out here too. That's always good. Oh, I'm gonna die. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? No, no. Don't let me die. They just keep growing more of them. Oh, I did it. Yay! Intrusive pop stingers are next. Okay. I don't know what they are. I just need one. Whatever they are. Trying to hit different keys to see what will make it go down. Okay. We did those. Okay, this is a mystery. Huh? Okay. Trying to figure out what the creatures could be. It's all the same. Okay, we're gonna go up again. Oh, I have to go back to that little dragon up top. Yeah. I have to wait till I have energy again. At least I know where I'm supposed to go. Let's talk to this grumpy guy. Oh, he'd take me to the ruby shrine. I don't want to go there yet. This one won't talk to me. Okay. Okay. I can't get any higher, not enough power. Come on. Dang it. Oh, that was useless. Okay, we'll try that again. So basically I debated doing a marathon live online. Then I thought, or I could produce a whole bunch of stuff in the morning and release it one at a time at intervals throughout the afternoon. But I should have one or two done first thing in the morning because I don't want to not swim. And it's a Monday, and I think if I'm going to do a live marathon, maybe I should do it on a Friday night or a Saturday to should try to get more people. So Hero, which type of shows or playlists do I do that you like the most? Or is there a topic you want me to cover that I haven't covered? Okay, I think I can lift off. We want to go all the way up, all the way up. Want to go all the way up and find that tiny dragon guy. Okay, oh, let's stay. So we gotta stick around here. Hang on. I saw yellow. Let's go see that. Oh, it might be that guy that wants to be listened to. He tells a lot of stories. I never finished his dragon loop. Let me see what this is. Oh, the other stuff is down here. Okay. I'll go back there after. I just need a bit of a change for a second. So that was kind of boring. A time cache. Yay. Some kind of manuscript. It unlocks some kind of customizable option. Oh, I don't know what that was. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm concerned about that too, but I feel because we just got a bunch of new subscribers, and because I am actually losing weight from the swimming, which is making me happy, and because I'm nowhere near using up all of the ideas, I actually made a list today of everything I need to do to fix all, like there's so much for me to do, so I can't say that I'm bored, but I definitely won't be popping out this many videos once September hits, you know? And I'm not sure that I'll do it in August either. But this month, I mean, also because I dislocated my knee and I've had the other health issues, that it's okay if for 1 month I sit on my butt more. My fear is more of I don't want to gain the weight back. So I'm investing like every couple of days I'm doing stuff, but then every couple of days I don't want to do stuff. Oh no, it sent me back down again. Maybe oh, here it is. I can't attack these pulsator things in the other form. I have to do it in this form. Okay, so now I see what the problem was, but I don't know how to make myself go forward. That's the problem. So if they're only on that level, that's not helpful to me. There's something. See, I'm not choosing really where to go. I'm just blowing my flames and not hitting anything. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bottom. So yeah, and I thought that I would be taking this time to do the Brave Immortal Souls stuff, which is bothering me that it's been a year almost and I haven't fixed that stuff. Oh, I'm finally done. Yay. And I think I need to like take myself away from what I'm currently doing in order to do that. But because the YouTube was showing impressions of me, I mean, it was super low. They weren't showing my stuff. That I really felt that I have to bombard them right now in order to get a something. And I really do want to monetize. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Oh boy. Let's make my dragon get stuck on a wall so it can't go anywhere. So I don't know how else to stop it. I don't know how to land. I have to just... Let me see. Get out of him. Alright, now where is that other little... Here we go. Little fox thing. Yay. Oh. Something just made a big bang. Major domo. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, we're just talking between you and me. I think there's 2 viewers here right now. But, like, I do want to do more physically in the real world. But partly we have had a lot of rainy days. And we have had a couple of hurricanes. Or not hurricanes, tornadoes. Sorry, I'm in Tornado Alley. And so in that, I don't feel bad staying home on days like that to sit all day. But I can't afford to sit all day, so I have to go swimming. But I don't have any special person. So the only place I'm really talking to anyone is here. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad to talk to you. But it gets, you know, a lifetime of not having a special someone is frustrating and lonely. And it's just like... I don't even know what else there is to talk about with another person because I say everything in here, but it's just, I'm really, really bored. And I'm not bored mentally with making the shows. There's endless possibilities. But just, you know, I'd rather be out there doing something with another person. And that's not happening. But doing this keeps me sane. And, it keeps me motivated because everything that I show on it is as much to help me with my stuff as hoping it helps someone else out there. Yeah, I don't feel like we had a proper springtime this year. Not in the normal time of year, at least not from when my childhood had happened in April and May. And so I feel like we were getting our spring in sort of part of June. June was a real mess this year where I am. Like, you had one day of super hot, like it was the middle of summer, and then it was followed by rain and like air that you could smell the snow in, if that makes sense. No, and you can't promise that I will, and no one can. I mean, I've been all over the world. I've been in sports all my life with guys. I was on guys' teams, like... No one was interested in me. Or I lived in places where you can't get involved with people. Because it's just not safe. And now I'm where I am and there's nothing. It's just... When I go swimming, it's all old people. Or it's like kids who had kids. There's nobody my age group. And it's been like that all my life anywhere I've lived. I don't know. I'm not a lucky person. And I mean, I've met a lot of people who treated me as a mark. They just wanted something and or to use, and that includes females you wish was a friend. I didn't grow up in a place. I grew up in a very small enough place that there was only one grade, one classroom for every grade, or some of them were combined into split grades because there weren't enough for the one grade. But it wasn't like you had 2 and 3 classes of the same age group. So very small. And when you go, everybody pits everybody in a role in a small place. And then you go to high school and it's the same kids. And you go to the start of university, it's the same kids, a lot of the same kids. You don't get a break from whatever you were pitched into the stereotype of. Oh. And part of my VTubing is also hoping I meet people, like, I'm not going to meet people maybe in person, but just to open up who I meet. Whatever that is. Yeah. I find life is geared for couples or people with children, and I'm neither, so I'm not really participating in everything I do alone. You get pointed out. Even older women who are alone but with each other will point me out to mock me. I'm like the scariest monster out there, the female that goes out alone. But I have no one to go with, so do I never go out? That's insane. But to go out alone, I've gone to movies alone, I swim alone. I don't ski alone anymore because if I get an injury, nobody can get me down that mountain except me. It's like why I won't go hiking, even though I'd like to be outside. There's safety issues. And I don't mean safety from other people or safety from wild animals, just safety in general. If I can't get myself out of my own pool of blood and to a hospital, I won't get there, and that could be very bad in my life. So it's been crappy. But I'm not supposed to go down that road online because you're not here to hear that. But just to be real a little bit. One of the things that I've been struggling with it lately. I think that I am a wonderful... I think that I was a catch. I don't have debts. I cook, I clean. I can even sew. I make costumes. I don't make regular clothes, but I do adjust. I do my own adjustments. I'm just trying to get... Here we go. Get up on this block. I don't want to... Just trying to see... It's hard to see this, like, checkered flag guy. Wait. Did I make it? Yes. And from him, I don't even know where to go. I think I failed on this last week. I was someone where I was bullied a lot, and I didn't feel that I had any place that was safe. And that's gone through my life, and that's, I mean, I wasn't the in person. I wasn't allowed to hang out with people after school. Wasn't allowed to be on the phone with people after school. And that set me apart. We didn't have a lot of money, so they had nicknames for us, which I don't know if you know, like they call me the Kmart special kid or whatever. Like basically the dollar store, the lowest bottom price stuff. I was never in style. I had to wear what I had, and it didn't match. And they would actually lay bets on what color I'd be wearing that next day, and there was no way to mix it up. But at the same time, as I made a couple of girlfriends in school, they would try to share their clothes with me, and because I knew it was because they were trying to help me, but at the same time I was offended by that, like, you should like me the person. But as much as that's what you're told in school or in nice happy commercials, you're not judged just on the quality of your personality or your heart in this world. You're not. And the world is full of and I don't know if you are or if you're not. We didn't grow up with each other, so we don't know, but I want to hope for the best. But I've met the worst out there. And because I've seen the ugly side, I just always have the red flags up somewhere in the back of my head. The yellow flags go up right away with people, and there's just been too much of the ugly stuff, which I feel is unnecessary to have happen. But I've learned some people enjoy hurting people, and that's awful. And so I stick to myself. But no, when I was bullied in school, those same kids, and I only found out about this later on in life, but they had always made it difficult for me to show that I was ostracized. They hated our whole family. Our family was just to itself. And going on to high school, I hoped I could make other friends. But the people that come from your town send your, they send the gossip forward and tell people not to be, and people listen instead of judging you for yourself. It's very hard to make friends. And then you go to university and some of them are still there, the same ones, because I was a local girl all the way through my education until I got old enough to pay for me to travel on my own, and I got smart and I used the school system to get scholarships, to get bursaries, so that it would pay for me to travel and go do summer school in different places and or March breaks and see the world. And I used sports and dance to compete so I could travel that way and get away from school. And so I love sports for that. But I realized over time too, in school, if I talked to someone, I thought that they were my friend, and someone actually sat me down and explained to me that they're with me because they could get an A in a project. And talking at school, well, we're being nice to each other doesn't mean we're friends because we don't hang out. So that was part of the barriers. And but I think by the time I was in second or third year university, I'm giving away my age a little bit, I realized that I could remember everybody's shoes but not their faces. And again, I wasn't allowed to date, and I wasn't good enough at sports to make the yeoman teams, but I could play the local teams. But I realized, again, who I think are my friends because they're my teammates and we got along. We don't talk, you're on a bench or you're cheering or you're crying together, you're celebrating together, you're telling each other what to do to make a play work, making calls, but you're not having conversations to get to know people. But I buried myself in sports as much as I could because at least it wasn't being in school. It was, it might have been for a school team, but you're not doing school work. And I don't know how I trapped myself into living in a school forever because my career took me back to the classroom. But I really thought I could be that teacher that stopped people from bullying other kids. And now we're in an age where they beat up on us. And I'm like, what the hell? I'll never get away from being bullied in school. And the administrators are useless. They don't protect us at all. And if parents don't want their children to have to apologize, they don't have to. And even though there are policies and rules in effect, they don't have to follow any of it. They just have to be angry and they get out of it. So I feel like I've been beat up on one way or another my whole life, and it makes me really angry. But I originally wanted to come in on VTubing and do a Dark V series, and I call it Dark V or Dark Venus, but my friends were absolutely against that, and because I wanted to get real about a bunch of nasty topics, awful topics, things that upset people, that are triggers, and actually face them. And certain family members who know that I'm VTubing, they were absolutely against it as well. So I thought, I'll wait till I monetize, wait a year or two and do that. But I'm giving you a bit of the reality of it because I feel like you're older, and I don't mean that in any negative way at all, but I feel like you might be older than me, and I feel like you're a parenting type who's been watching out for me. And I just want to tell you, whatever I say that's ever negative, just to be real about something or to get out an opinion that's gnawing at me, I'm fine because I'm never going to hurt myself. No matter what I talk about, I'm not that low. Like, there was something in me, in the core of my personality, that always knew when it was someone else trying to get me to hurt myself, to get me to give up, to get me to sabotage myself. And as soon as I'd pick up on that, like, I was done with that person. They could never get me to do that. But the thing is about this group that I had to grow up with, they absolutely ostracized me and my brothers. They absolutely cut us off of anything social. We were already set apart to begin with on a couple of things, and we are good, kind-hearted, generous people. But I have a potty mouth when I'm stuck in traffic or I can't take it anymore. Yeah. And, sorry, I just don't know what to do with my dragon. I'm just gonna fly around. Oh, draconian ore. That was my point. I think that was my goal this week. I need to get that ore. So I'm just going to go do that. I'm going to fly around and do nodes. But this group, I found out when you know, you're out of school and you're just starting your career. I was just starting my career. And Facebook came out. And I didn't understand it, but my sister did. And she had made a Facebook account in my name because I was going across country for the very first time, leaving home. And she wanted to have a way to say hello. And she held a party for me and put all the pictures up there. And it was really nice. But then who started to contact me? But Facebook for me and social media, and why it's taken me so long to get into VTubing and all that. Social media to me is a place where the people that bullied us when we were kids got to bully us again. These little stray gusts, these are so cute. These little cyclone babies. Everyone who had bullied me, ostracized me, told people not to be my friend, told people not to date me, you know, saying I'm crazy, my family's crazy because we're different from them. It wasn't fun, but their only two questions were whether I was married and whether I had kids. And since the answer was no to both, and then they'd leave and unfriend me again. And I watched them all do this in succession within 3 days of each other. And the leaders of it, I would not add at all. And then they'd make their friends do it. And I felt like, wow, they're still judging me. They're still wishing the worst for me. They're, you know, and the struggles that I have with people that I meet, even through the job that I have, hold against me that I don't have children, that I'm not married. And even like, you know, staff events are bring your family. And the union events are bring your family. This is for kids. And it's like, what about someone like me? It's like we're the pariahs of the universe. And I didn't choose it, but this is how it is. And what am I supposed to do with that? And I don't feel like I should be apologetic about it. I didn't do anything wrong. But I also wouldn't want to be stuck in something that's violent or something that's going to drag me through a toilet and make me homeless. Like, you know, I'm sorry, but I haven't met Mr. Wonderful. Whatever Mr. Wonderful's out there found someone before I could date, or they're gay. I mean, and that's not going to help me with them. So I don't have what they need. And yeah. And so I'm that other one. And why I wanted to do the self-care stuff, because I got to a point where I had to do something, or I'm, you know, gonna implode, and I chose to do something peaceful, which was get online with a beautiful character. Thank you. And like, you know, in all this time and in saying all that, the people who were my friends, the actual people, and I still know them, and I've known some of them for over 10 years in the way that we could know each other through this video game, through WoW. And you can't see it here, but this character that I'm playing on WoW, who I wanted to give new life through the VTubing, Venus Kalita, is the guild master of a guild that used to have over 800 people. And it's because of the year when Cataclysm hit, I almost had died that year during the launch. And I was actually playing it from a hospital bed, paying for Wi-Fi in between bouts where they'd put me to sleep. For the surgeries, I had 5 surgeries in a month. 4.5 of those surgeries were failed surgeries, trying to keep me on this side. I don't know how I made it. It is absolutely a miracle that I made it. And I really hope that it meant that the one thing that was really most unresolved for me was going to finally come through for me, which is finding someone and having a baby. But it still didn't happen. The answer from God was still no, but he was going to give me my life. I just couldn't have the other thing. I wasn't meant for it, I guess. But that will be my biggest pain in my life. I don't get over it. But it's partly because other people don't let me forget that I somehow don't measure up. And things that I've gotten and work is people saying that because I haven't had children, I should stay away from children and not be allowed to be a teacher. And my answer to that is then there wouldn't be social workers pulling children from homes. Just because you made a baby doesn't mean you were meant to be a parent either. Like, so I've had like communities because see, I traveled for my job to other cultures, and in some other cultures it's much more hateful than being here in North America near a city. There's no forgiveness for. I've actually been called a soulless, unloved nothing because nobody married me and I didn't have kids, so I'm a nothing. And this is in places where I was hired to come in to be a teacher. So, I mean, I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of stuff. So I don't look back at my life as a kid in school as a good thing. And I don't look at things like Facebook as helping me to find nice people to make friends. It's all, and so in this process of these people that bullied me in school from my local neighborhood where I started off in life, traveling around for work, and they're contacting me on Facebook and stuff. It turns out from one of them that they had won a bet. And they wanted to give me half of the money because they felt guilty, because way back in grade school where I was being ostracized, they would make sure I'd know they were inviting each other to things that I wasn't included in, and they would tell people if they invited me, like the new people I meet in high school, if they invited me, then they wouldn't go, and they were the popular people, so of course people would then uninvite me who I thought I made friends with. Thank you. I actually am a nice person. I wouldn't say that. Like, if I was evil, I'd tell you. I'm not evil. But I've really advocated very much. I've learned a lot about different types of abuses, and I think I'm right now in this grieving process of knowing what it was and what can't be because of. Time does matter, and the only thing I can do is try to make myself in the immediate time work on being physically healthy as I can be to correct the damages of the past stuff, and that's part of making these episodes, which is why I don't burn out from it, is because I am talking to myself as much as I'm hoping someone else might find it supportive or helpful, because I'm trying to say that I've been there, and in all of this, that I really do know how nasty people can be and how much pressure you can feel that could make you give up on yourself. And I want people to be stronger than that. Even when I was a kid, I wanted other kids to be stronger than that and not fall for it and join in, you know, or turn on themselves. And I think that's the message I keep sort of trying to say, is don't turn on yourself, be kind to yourself. But yeah, no, what I found out through this Facebooky thing, which is why I do not go in with my real name, this is why I use this alt name and face for everything, is because they put a bet on me from the time I was in grade school when they could get me to commit suicide. And when I think about today's world, where today's world is all about the health of well-being of children so they don't do things like commit suicide, school-age children, and now I'm a teacher on the other side of the desk, seeing which children might be most affected or not, and sometimes you just can't tell. I mean, who am I unless they choose that they like me to talk to me about it. And I have stopped a couple of kids from doing that, which they've told me themselves later on in years now that they're better and they've gone on with their lives, which is really great that I've been able to do that. So, and that was before I started VTubing, so I thought maybe these shows and these episodes that I make, the self-help ones, I'm going to start doing those meditations again. I'm going back to, and today I spent part of my afternoon just fixing up those scripts that I started and didn't finish with when I started playing with the analytics. It's all in there. They're going to be redeveloped because tomorrow I'm going to treat tomorrow like a marathon. I may not be live online the whole time, but I will be making a series. I don't even know how many scripts I made for tomorrow. That every hour on the hour something's going to come out. I mean, I had guts. I'll tell you this. I always had to stand by myself. I didn't have people at my back, but I stood up to them. And I think that's what drove them the most crazy. But they didn't let me have the opportunities to fly as a kid and have a special someone or a special, like, friend, or understanding what my concept of was a friend was, which is very simple compared to what other people's understanding of what is a friend. And that's actually one of the episodes that I'm going to be doing something about, if your friend is toxic. But I'm sitting on that one because I'm not emotionally ready to develop it yet, but it's there for a reason. I picked these topics because of the stuff that I've been through, the type of mean people that I've met, and yeah, so that's a little blurb about me. And the video game here, as much as a lot of people who don't understand people saying they have friends online, the people who were my officers that I played WoW with every day since I would say I've played for 10 years, we told each other everything, all the details of our emotions, all the details of our day. We were all kids, though. I think it would be different if it was like an old person doing that with a young kid. I think that would be something different, but we were all young kids, younger kids, and so I think it was appropriate. We're within 10 years of each other either way, that we have bonds. And actually, last year before I started the VTubing thing, one of the things I did was have a reunion, and every one of us who could meet in New York, we actually went to New York to see each other face to face, because I knew a lot of us were leaving the game. And my guild has kind of died now, this guild where Venus is, which is why I'm still using her character to do this stuff, because it's not gonna, like, take me away from helping guildies like I used to do. I used to help everybody gear up, level up. I was an op. I was always maxed out in my armor right up until Shadowlands, which is the last expansion before this one, so I'm outdated. But that's why I made it then the fun thing to do this in front of. I mean, I want out of here now. In front of everybody's eyes, because it motivated me to stay online. But I knew we were saying goodbye, and I've met a lot of my guildies over the years. And when I've been in trouble and really needed help, the ones that helped me were the ones that I first met online. We don't even live in the same town, but they were the ones I could turn to for emotional support, help. And I mean, we've sent each other groceries, we've sent each other, you know, gifts for their wedding day. We sent each other money to help them pay for their wedding days or when they had kids. And we sent presents in the mail, clothing, you know, the things you do for your friends, except most of us have never met in the real world. Some of us have. I have met a lot of them in the real world, but because I knew we were going to be leaving the game, or people were getting married and having kids, people were going off to the army because they didn't have another kind of job, like all the ways that we ended up leaving the game. And I kind of stayed here, but I've really sort of been AWOL for 2 years. But it was because when I had almost died during Cataclysm's launch in the hospital, and I did temporarily give my guild to somebody else who was one of my officers in case it happened, so that you didn't have to wait for, because in this game you can't access anything if the GM's absent, and now they have an automated system to help you replace the person if they're absent. But back in those days you would simply be locked out and the guild would have to disband, so I had handed it over early. Yeah, and you know, as much as some people don't understand it or think it's crazy, and I've been called crazy for playing the game or wanting to meet people from the game or whatever, but we talked together for 9-10 years before we all started meeting. And now we're older and we could bring our friends, we could bring our kids, we could bring our other halves or whatever. But then there's me. But everyone's always known me to be single, so it's not like it's a surprise. But it also frees me up. I've done a lot of charity stuff. I've done a lot of volunteer stuff that would never have happened in the places where I lived, in the places where I moved for work, unless it was like somebody with family wouldn't have been able to. So I feel like I still did something good. For whatever it's worth. I guess once I feel like sometimes people need you there because they're not gonna do it, so they're happy you're doing it, and you feel like they like you while you're doing it. But once you're not there and you leave, suddenly you're trash and you're the enemy and people didn't really like you, and you find out afterwards. And I think it's because you left them, and now they don't have this thing. But it's like, why is it only me that has to do this? But, you know, while I'm there, I did do these things. And then once you're gone, it's like, I know you did this for me yesterday, but what have you done for me lately kind of thing is how I started to feel. I don't know how else to put that. So it's like, now I've reached the age where things that have made me sick or whatever, environmental stuff from the places that I lived, and from the things that have happened because of bad people I've met along the way and said no to. Basically, I'm tired now, and I don't mean that like I lack sleep. I do lack sleep, but I'm tired like emotionally, and I don't want to do anything for anyone anymore. That's pretty much where I was before I turned into the YouTube thing and looked at a way that I could be a part of that, and I feel more comfortable in the VTubing role. Oh, I don't know. Can I kill this thing? I didn't even look at if it was an elite. I'm not thinking. I'm just kind of going. And I'm sad that that whole era ended, because, you know, when we were all in it together as younger kids, it really was. I could spend 10 and 14 hours on the game on the weekend and not even realize that the time had passed. That's how much we were talking and joking and laughing, and that's where I found my friendships, or that's where I found my... But then you also meet the people who are predators online too. That was another problem. And the people who pretend and they've got an agenda. So that's out there. I remember early days of my guild. With this guild, we had one young person who's actually one of my subscribers. I haven't seen them lately here, but I see them on Facebook still. Who older people just kept being interested in that young person, and I made it a rule not, and I even would report them to Blizzard myself if I thought someone was like coming on to a minor. It's one of those things that really makes me mad, and I've stood up to that in the real world as well. That's one of the things that triggers me. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty consistent online as I am in the real world. If I say I don't like something, I really do stand between the bad guy, and if you want to call it that, and the intended victim. I've always done that since I was a kid. I always like stood up to the bullies. I didn't cower, but part of the reputation that came with me is people would right away tell other kids, don't try to get her to smoke, don't try to get her to drink, don't even bother her with the drugs because she's not going to do it and you can't change your mind. So they knew how stubborn I was. I had more to fear from my parents. I'll thank my parents for that one. They did break a cycle that they didn't want us to have to go through, that they did live with in their generation, and so I have to thank them for that, because one of the things, okay, so I'm just droning on and on today, you can stop me at any time. One of the things that makes me appreciate being able to be online, and wanting to be more trusting, or being a safe space. In my guild it was a safe space for kids. In my guild it was a safe space for women, you know, and because I understood people had different kind of health issues that sometimes you regulate with drugs and stuff, because I had known people like that who are generally good people while they're on it, and when they go off it or they get changed, they can have bad days. And I wouldn't just turn on somebody in a guild. A lot of people, they would just get thrown out the first time they have a bad day. Yeah. And so I was a person that a lot of people found as a guild master was good at managing a lot of different types of personalities and giving people a chance, and they could come back. They can still be part of the guild. They could still have a place, and they were pretty thankful for that until they moved on into their own. I try not to make things worse. Sometimes I do regret making mistakes because I didn't know better sometimes when talking to people, or I think I'm funny but people don't understand my humor, and I feel bad about that. Um, but I have a very, very dry, sarcastic, like, sense of humor, I guess, and that's just how I cope. Thank you. I think, yeah, I think it's because I'm so, I, I think part of what would be hard in meeting someone, I don't meet people, but the hard part is that I've been on my own 2 feet for so long that I can't accept someone telling me what to do, and if they're not better at the thing than I am, that I'm gonna do it my way. And I also don't feel why people fight about how people do something. Like, there's more than one way to do things, there's more than one answer to a problem. You're happy doing it your way, I'm happy doing it my way. Why does one of us have to stop being ourselves? Like, why do I have to obey you after all the years of my life? This is how I've done it and I get it done, right? I mean, like, I've had guys literally tell me how to do up my coat. And I'm like, what? I'll wear it the way I want to. Thank you. And it's like a fight. I don't know. I'm rambling on my topics right now, but I'm just going through I can bury myself in my work, which right now is the VTubing. And I'm not, but then I need to get up and go and do something physical. So right now I have the swimming, but that's about it. Like, in this little town, it's all, I don't know. There's not much to do here, and things also close early because I'm forgetting it's a little town. It's not a big city. So it almost looks like a town. It tricks me. But it's not one. So, I don't know. I'm bored here. And I'm anxiously awaiting to hear back from the employer where I did the interview. So I would like to have a permanent job. And she can't find one of them references because he's gone on vacation in the summer, and he may not respond until the third week of August. Third week of August is when they have to come back. But until then, they can be gone, and they're not checking their stuff. So I may be out of luck if she doesn't want to wait and wants to get prepped. And on the other hand, I'm also out of luck because I can't use the summer to prepare for the job. And I always hate that. Every year of my life, since whenever, starting working, I've always had to do things on the fly, make it up myself, pay for it, invent it. And it's like, but the people that have these permanent contracts, they can have the whole summer to prepare, so they're not up late at night, they're not up early in the morning, they're not doing things last minute, and they have years to go where they can use the same material every year, whereas every year I'm doing something different every time. Could be every day something different. When you get there, they can change it on you. It's frustrating, and I'm tired. Like, again, I'm tired. And then at work, you've got this past year for me, while I've been trying to do the VTubing, at the same time I was caught between the focus here, wanting to do it well, needing to teach myself how on my own, and well, it was the biggest staff I've ever worked on, and they were basically cut in two, and people like me, the minority of us who didn't come from one or two schools that they came from, these two big groups, they really pushed us, trying to, some of them, even two of them, telling me, the VP and the temporary P that came in, ordering me to quit, ordering other people to quit. And I begged certain other people, don't quit, don't let them win, just keep coming in. Even if you can't get your job done, nobody knows, nobody cares. Just keep coming in. Don't give up your paycheck, don't give up your benefits. Don't let them push you out. This year's almost over. Just come back. Just keep showing up. And if the kids don't listen, just keep showing up. And I never saw so much turnover in my life. I never saw so many people so angry. And I've never met so many adults who were liars. Liars to the head honchos to save their own butts, and liars who attach our names to things we have nothing to do with and have no idea it's going on in the dialogue. Wow, like, it was awful this year. And my blood pressure went so high that I had to go to the hospital for it this year during the time that I was starting out with the V-tubing. And the V-tubing, I hope, was therapy for myself, to have something fun, to have something to do that wasn't for the school. I was trying to balance out me, my life, because to them, if you don't have a husband or children to go home to, you have to come in earlier and you should stay later and you should do all the clubs. And I've done it for all of the start of my career. I'm not doing all these free things anymore. And when they tried to pressure me, I said the people with the permanent contracts should be doing this. But really, technically, none of us owe it, because that's not our job description, to do all these extras. And I said no. I did one thing, and I was going to go in on one thing in the second term. But that's only because I like the kids, and they deserved, the little guys deserve something to do for fun. But it was the most awful. I'd say there's 3 out of all the years, 3 awful years because of staff, because of adults. It's nasty. And I always thought going into this field that it would have been nice, because if you have a job that's permanent and you get benefits, why would you ever be angry or sabotage someone else having the same? To be secure, to be house secure, food secure, medical secure, in a way that, like where I live, their union is stronger than our politicians, so no one's ever going to take away all the perks they gave themselves. But they've also grandfathered in that my generation is not going to get the level of perks either, because they can't sustain it. But they are paying themselves out very well. And I never understood why they would be so petty and so ugly to sabotage other people. And then I realized it's to get their own kids and friends in first. And they definitely do that. This is a nepotistic system. And but to be so nasty, I really do. I'm a simple person. I sound complicated because I have all these thoughts, but I'm very simple in that I just go to work and I want to do my job and then come home. I wish there were other things to do at home, but at least I have the swimming. I used to have sports. Something to do for yourself, something that's physical, something that's healthy, because I found without the sports I'm eating too much. I'm an emotional eater. That's something I fight with. And I found that with swimming, I don't feel hungry, but I am doing something different than before. I have been dealing with this year because of the high blood pressure, because of all this stress. I really hated the situation for my life this year with this school, but I won't be back. I won't be there next year. That my blood pressure is so high, I'm dealing with fainting spells, or like passing out. And what's scary is that when I'm on the road, because I commute, I'm on the road too long. Even the place where I like the outdoor swimming, I tried to do that yesterday and I had a great time. I was in there for 3 hours, but to try to get home when you deal with pass outs is scary. And it has happened a couple times in the pool as well, which doesn't make me feel good, but I can't control it at all. Most of the time it's just for microseconds. But your skull, you realize your skull is a heavy thing when it starts falling like a bowling ball and you're going right behind it down to the floor. I've woken up in weird positions, especially in front of the computer, but I never spent this much time in front of the computer, because now that I'm making episodes, and I'm still trying to play the video game just to see my friends online, which I do a couple times a week, but definitely nowhere near how I used to be. Because Because as a guild master in a hopping guild, we had raid teams, we had PvP teams, we had dungeon elite teams. Then we had the dungeon teams that were just take the newbies and help them level up their characters. Back when they could get all the experience points, they've nerfed that, so we don't do that anymore. But Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays for sure. And I think also Friday nights was something. And then we'd have the monthly guild meetings and the bi-monthly meetings for the whole guild, based on officers versus everybody else. And it was really like a little business. But that's also the people who are still my friends, and many of which I've seen in the real world since the heydays of WoW. But once I came out of the hospital, I had promised myself, you can't always be online. You have to do something else with your time. And I didn't. I knew that I would be forcing myself back to sit down in front of a computer more. But I'm also equally forcing myself to go out and swim before I sit down in front of the computer, or between. Because if I'm waking up at 4 in the morning and can't sleep, I'm going to get online and make a couple of episodes. Then I go off to swim because swimming is 6 o'clock. So I'm thinking that the passing out in the middle of the afternoon after I come home, at least I'm not eating. Because as an emotional eater, you start thinking, you're alone too much, you start thinking about the past. I find the past sneaks up on me sometimes when I'm driving in a car, or because I have all these long drives by myself, there's no one to talk to. So nothing keeps my brain really alive, except for me, like filling my time. And I think, if I died tomorrow, am I happy with the time that I used and the way that I used it? And there's one half of me that's upset about all this stuff I can't control not happening. But if I put that aside and I'm looking at what am I doing day to day, if my dog was still alive looking at me, would he think that I'm just wasting my time sitting? I'm just always sitting. If you forget that you're on the computer composing something or talking to people, I'm just sitting too much. And then when I swim, I'm kind of half resentful that I'm swimming, because it's not that I don't like swimming. And once I'm in the water, I'm happy. I'm a happy little camper. 2 hours going by can go by fast for me because I like it. That act of swimming, if, it's peaceful and no one's cramping my space. But as long as they don't jump in on top of me, But, yeah, I'm ranting. But I don't know. On the other hand, I need something to keep my mind busy. I'll just go nuts because I'm too bored. And I don't want it to be always about work. I don't want to service more than... When I looked at how many hours I actually spend on work, making up programs, developing lessons and stuff, because they won't give me resources, it's... I'm making less than minimum wage. When minimum wage was the cost of when I was a kid, when minimum wage was the price of when I was a teenager, we'll say, it's not good. So that's why I'm trying to not do the extras anymore. And this was part of, I don't even know what this is. Oh, I have something to go into a cave. I think I have to get past this guy into the cave. I have to be invisible. Okay. Am I all right now? Okay, so here's the joke of it. Hero, I never believed that stress could be so powerful that it shut down your organs, but now I know it's true. And I'm one of those people in line for dying of a broken heart, because you can cry yourself into shutting down your systems. Your body knows when you're giving up, and it lets go in a terribly painful way. And if you can divert your mind from the morose thoughts. So now, from 2 weeks after not being in that staff and needing medication, which my body wasn't responding well to, my body was skyrocketing. And I spent my time at about 220/110 in my blood pressure. And the 110 was even more concerning to them than the 220. Even went up to 129 one time. And I'm still going to work every day because what else can I do? I need to keep a roof over my head. I need to pay the bills, and I'm hungry. I gotta pay for that. Because I don't want to sit in the hospital till I die. Forget that. gonna go do other stuff. Um, you know, but 2 weeks after not having to be there in that environment, and I'm hitting normal. All week I've been driving myself to the local pharmacy to use their machine because my machine broke. But I'm normal. I'm at the top of the normal edge. But 2 weeks after not being there, and I've dropped to normal. That's like, it's a huge number. It's just a huge number difference. But I think attributing to that too is that I am getting some sleep, and I am, although it's at weird hours of the day or whatever, but I'll take it. As long as I get home first. So I've accepted that. I'm up early, make some episodes. I go swimming, write some scripts. Maybe I pop out another episode or I go live. But I've definitely been churning out scripts. I've got to tell you, there's a lot. And in different directions, all sorts of different directions. And I'm trying to go back to the original stuff. The only thing I haven't gone back to is the Brave Immortal Souls, which I need to do. And I'm surprised I didn't. But eventually, by the end of this month, that will be carved out. In the meantime, and then I fall asleep or pass out, whatever I'm doing. I usually find myself hanging half off like a rag doll from my chair. As long as it doesn't happen when I'm in the car, that I'm fine with that. It does do a number on my back and my neck, though. But I made it onto the balcony today. I spritzed my plants, spritzed myself, and passed out for, I think, 2 hours. Had the weirdest dream. Really weird dream. I always have weird or disturbing dreams. They're never really happy places. Unless my dogs are there. And then I came in and I got script writing again. So I was so upset when 15 minutes time to log in and I'm setting everything up to go live. And when it's time to go live, everything blanked out. Like, I mean, literally black or white screens. Everything was churning. Nothing was working. Then they were disappearing and reappearing and no control. So I think I have a dying computer. I think I have to spend the money on another external hard drive and organize what each one of them holds. Because I'm going to have to delete some of the video games I downloaded to try out for gamer nights. I really should only keep the ones that for sure aren't getting clogged in the system. So I think I'm going to delete, unless you really loved it, the Game of Thrones one with Dany and Jon Snow. I mean, we finally got it going after 3 tries, but we're not really, there's like, this game here gives me so much more control of what I'm doing, and that game really didn't. Okay, I know, and now I'm blabbing on, but so I'm hitting normals, but I'm at the top edge. But I think that I changed my food. I'm buying a lot more watermelon. I'm trying to follow the diet of the 10 most hydrating plants. So cucumber, strawberry, watermelon. I've got peaches, oranges, grapefruits, and my water, of course. But I've been drinking less water. I have to get back onto my carafe of water. That was the best thing I did. And that I am starting to lose weight. I am now in a smaller size than I was for the past few months, but this is weight I gained this year, so it's got to come off. I need to lose much more, but it'll take time. Usually I give myself 3 months and I can get it off. I know I have something in my bags that turns me invisible so I can get past this frog and get something from inside the cave. I just have to figure out what it is. Oh, I have a pet. Yay. Yay, we gained a pet. Frigid Frostling. Oh, I've got some of the ore that I needed. Ice chunks, we can sell those. Oh, we can sell those. Mana potion. Give that to my guild. Oh. Oh, there's a ring here. Let me see. We've got 2 pelts here. Thank you very kindly. I'm so in the worry of burning out. If I'm pushing a lot this month, it's because if I don't, I'm gonna start binge eating and gain back the weight that I can't afford to have on my body. My organs can't take being this big. I feel like I'm crushing myself. I'm like a whale pulled out of water, and it's no good. It's non bueno. So I want it off. I want to keep it off. It usually takes me 3 months to get this off when I gain. And I only have 2 months of summer, so. But ironically, what I'm writing most lately seems to have been the recipes for all these treats. But I'm going to let that go because I have a feeling, I think people picked celebrating these vanilla ice cream days, mango ice cream days, all these ice cream days, because it's getting people to go to the Dairy Queen. I wonder who's promoting these things really. I don't know. But I like the do-it-yourself recipes, so there's a few fun ones out there. What did I learn? So I've learned that Thomas Jefferson, maybe the reason why Americans love vanilla ice cream so much, once he discovered it, eating it somewhere, he decided he liked it so much that whenever he had some kind of ball or meeting, he would serve his guests this ice cream. So he just like kind of spread the word, let them eat it. Part of his meals, his fancy meals included vanilla ice cream. So I thought that was cute. I know I have it because I sat on it since last week. Okay. Oh, I said there was a ring. 272. It's a PvP ring, but if it's better, maybe I should just wear it. Nope. 272. I'm gonna put it on. Wait, where is it? Still gives me stamina. Lots of stamina. Wait, not 286. 229. Stamina. I'm losing crit and haste though. That's a lot of crit and a lot of haste. Let me see what it does here. I lost 1%. Meh. Oh, but I gained mastery. Let me see what this gave me. And I lost haste and crit. It's a lot of crit. Did my eye level go up? Let me see. 254. 256. Oh no, we're keeping it. We're just gonna wear it anyways. So anyways, that's like the ugly backstory to me. Now I can't kill him. He keeps throwing me away. Throwing me beyond. But I'm sure, I thought I kept it in the first. Let me see here. Scatter the spores. No, that's not it. No. Unless it's on a different character, but I'm quite sure I found it on this one. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong and it's with a character, a different character, but wait a second. No. Okay, so it's not this character. I remember the other character has it. So we're gonna move on. Okay, we're gonna move. But inside this cave is a something, and when we find the thing that makes us invisible, let me check around the shore here. Other than what is this? Can't get that ore because it's inside. Oh. I don't want to do that. But like if I do the Zen mantra thing, I don't know if you've read about like Zen. I am Zen. So right now, what am I really doing? I'm sitting, I'm breathing, I'm talking out loud. My fingers are moving on keyboards and mice. And I'm fine. I'm fine because nobody's touching me. Nobody's yelling at me. I don't have to live with swear words. Nobody can surprise me with a bill I can't pay. In that way, I'm fine. Safeguarded. Protected. So I live in peace in a way that people that don't get along but don't leave each other live. I hope that's not your situation. I'm not trying to make light of it, just in the contrast to how other people live. I can't live with someone who's gonna be mad if I'm taking time to play a video game. My house is clean. I have no debt. I live in a budget, and I wouldn't want to be with someone who can't, because I can't afford to carry another person. I'm budgeting because I'm trying to carry me, and there's nothing for the future. So what makes me most scared about aging and health issues is what could happen when you can't go to work anymore, people won't hire you. That's some of my future fears. I don't want to dwell on too much right now, but just hoping that I get this job I'm waiting on hearing from, so that I don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, it should always still be a worry that if you can put something away, put something away, but I don't know how people can do it. I look at the prices, then I think for the ones that have kids, how are they affording anything? It's crazy out there unless you've got a really good job. I just don't know. These are cute. I wonder if these are a mount for anybody. These are, I don't know. Want to hear a job to cheer you up? Okay, tell me. I have worked with horses, sheep, and cows. I have done. I have had to lay down new straw for the bottoms of their pens and all. I do know of a job where someone in a old-fashioned village. Why are plants? What? Why are plants cheerleaders? I'm missing a word. It's covered by a heart. Why are plants big cheerleaders? I'm trying to expand this. Why are plants bad cheerleaders? Why are plants bad cheerleaders? Because they leave? I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one. Rooting for themselves. You know why I like this helmet? It makes me look like I'm a redhead, but really that's just dragon scales. It's kind of cute. What is this? Oh, I don't want to kill him. A pesky Orus? Some kind of otter thing? Rooting for themselves. As I'm going through my old scripts, I'm seeing notes to myself about what I meant to do. And you know, there's a couple of videos that I made, but or they're embedded in something else that I never developed. And now that I'm reading these notes to myself, I have to go through all the files and figure out where is it so I can finish it. But at least I made notes to myself when I knew I'd be falling asleep. And some of them I've combined together now. Oh, it's already 12:30. I'm already past midnight. I don't even know when that happened. So, have we been online for 2 hours? Oh my god, I really spilled my guts to you. I hope... I hope that you were entertained. Wow, I haven't done that with you since a couple of months ago. That's funny. That's funny. I just had a lot to say. No, okay, so I do believe you might be a bit older than me. I'm gonna say this and see what you tell me. What I've realized is when I'm driving around, and I don't drive around a lot because I don't like wasting gas because I'm cheap and everything's expensive, and I'm gonna complain about that. 1 tier for me. Is that I'm dealing with a lot of anger that's emerging. It's not happening when I'm in front of the computer. It's not happening when I'm swimming. See, I have so much time with no one to talk to that I'm always alone in my head. And the past keeps coming forward. And it seems to come forward or triggered most when I'm driving around. And I don't know why, but that's when I can get upset. The odd time it's crept into my swimming recently. But I'm wondering if that's just a sign that I'm in a safe place now. Like I'm in a part of my life where I'm safe from all of that. And so maybe that's my mind resolving it. But I don't know. I just know I'm so angry I want revenge. That's the evil side of me. Not ever do anything to risk putting myself in a jail. Because that is hell on earth as far as I'm concerned. But I feel so angry. Like I'm not done with being angry with the past. But I think some of the past stuff is why I am here now. So I don't know. But that's been coming up. And it's not something I deliberately think to think about. It's something that sneaks up when I'm driving around. I don't know. I don't know why that's a trigger. The odd time like today in the pool. But I think that's because, I don't know. I just have theories about it. But I'm having the weirdest dreams. I rarely dream. I rarely stay asleep long enough in one chunk to dream. But when I do, it's weird. Or it's a nightmare. But this one's a funny one. One of my nightmares, the least violent nightmare is I'm walking around slowly in slow motion around the school, trying to find the doors to get out. And I'm somewhere on the 2nd floor, and I can't find the doors where the stairs should be. It's just a wall. And when I look around, the kids that I know that I teach are asking me how to get out, or they're asking me why there's a wall. And I don't know. All I know is I can't go home. I can't get out. I feel like I've lived in a classroom all my life instead of having a life. And that bothers me a lot. I'm not settled with that. The other side of it is, if I spend my whole life in a school, did I do anything worthwhile? Like if I'm not in the business world trading stocks and bonds or something, is it worth the same what I did with the time of my life? Because it boils down to, I was a babysitter. Or it could boil down to, I kept children safe. I helped them read. I don't know. Like a chef would say, I fed the world. I babysat the world. I don't know how I feel about the thought. But it's been something I can't quite form in words. But it's there. And it's sort of like this year, if I could have quit and had a better job somewhere else, I would have. But that they were trying to make me quit, just like the kids in school tried to make me hurt myself. I just won't out of spite, but I didn't enjoy it. But I got to afford to fix some of my teeth. It's all give and take, right? Yeah. But I'm hoping it's in just my theories. If it's coming to light now, when it's not happening anymore because I'm not near any of that, and I won't do personal social media on my real name, is it happening because I'm safe now? Or is it happening because trauma's trauma? Or is it happening because I just live in the past because I don't see a future? Like, I'm not in the future yet? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, I stare at these screens too much. I see all these things I need to do, but I look at it. So this is all the flying stuff, which I can't do that. I can't do that. And I have to harpoon. I have to kill photo drakes. I'm never gonna do the pictures, that's for sure. I should. This is a bonus area, I think. Speak to whelp tenders. Ruby life pools. So I'm not gonna be flying over without doing their route properly. I don't think it counts for anything. Can I get up that high? No. It's such a fail. I can pop up and down. I don't know how the people are flying so smoothly. It's a shame. I should not be walking my dragon. But it's gonna happen. Maybe what I'll do... Okay, I'm level 67. I did get a pet today. That's something. I think I just want to port out the Great Seal. Yeah. Ebb and hold? No. Or I could go down. I'm gonna go. Okay. I cannot believe I've been online for 2.25 hours. Wow. And I haven't drank anything the whole time I've been sitting here. But I have gotten into applesauce. You know what I have figured out? Positive thing. I'm gonna end this on a positive thing. I have not wanted chocolate all year. So ever since I started drinking a lot of water, I have not wanted it. Because it also, to me, mostly registers as wax. Because they're not using real chocolate, really, most of it. And it's so expensive that I'd rather buy 2 halves of a watermelon than a chocolate bar. Some chocolate bars here are like $3 to $6. Some of them are more. It's never good to skip what kind of a day? Leg a day? Even for dragons. You know what? Today was the day I saw My legs have lost so much muscle mass. They're aliens to me. But my calves are still good. But my thighs no longer have the roundedness it used to have. But I can say at least I've lost the weight in the lower half of my inner thighs so that I'm not buckling like an elephant. But I'm seeing cellulite for the first time ever and I don't want it. Have you seen the Barbie movie? They make a joke about cellulite and Birkenstocks, which I think are hilarious. Even for dragons. Yeah. I can't run because for me to run, I really need to hold my woman parts in place so they don't bounce around. It hurts. Wearing a smaller bra or two bras on top of each other does not help to keep you comfortable when you run. If I could run like that in public without drawing eyes, then I would be a runner. But forget that. But I can speed walk forever. It's just like I could swim forever. The only reason I stop either one of those is because I'm bored. Getting to the 4th hour swimming is boring. That's when my brain is not able to preoccupy itself anymore. Time to move on. Ooh, but what I did do, since it was vanilla ice cream day, I gave myself some forgiveness and I went and I got myself a pineapple milkshake, like a pineapple smoothie. I guess that's based on yogurt, but I consider yogurt still ice cream. Frozen yogurt's ice cream. And it was awesome. I love pineapple. I don't often buy it, but it was a really nice drink. Okay. People would definitely stare and comment. I find that the mean high school girls, they're still mean when they get old. I've been pointed out more often and ridiculed for being alone in public events by groups of middle-aged women or groups of teenage girls. It's not by groups of guys. And it's the woman pointing me out to her man sometimes too. What I don't understand is when they're out there on their own just together, why would they pick on a girl or a woman? And especially when everyone talks about women's lib and stuff, it's not true. It's fake. It's not a free world out there. It's just not. Because here I am and I'm not treated well when I go out in public, but I don't stop going out in public. And I guess I'm in the safest part of the world because I'm not getting mugged. Or whatever. So I'm not going to stop going out. But where I have kind of held back is I can't go to bars alone. I can't go to dance clubs alone. It's just not right. And so I'm missing out on dancing. I love dancing. And I can't do that. I can't do that. And I also have pulled out of going to theme parks. Because people are even rude enough to let their kids come up to you and ask you why you're alone. I always have, but it's never been comfortable. It's not fun. The world is not fun. The world has so much beauty in it. If you can love nature, and then people are not necessarily beautiful. But then once in a while I catch, scarlet pterodactyls. Yay, I have a new mount. So I got a new pet and a new mount today. Let's go take a look at what it looks like if it shows us. I called it a scarlet pterodactyl. Scarlet pterodactyl is... Oh, look at him. I just won him. And he flies. I love this troll area, actually. It's pretty neat. Have you ever played World of Warcraft? I don't know. Here, I'll take my blue dragon. This is my favorite mount. My blue dragon. Just fly around the troll area. It's like, give you a view of it. Look, I love waterfalls. Look at this. And then it's all pyramids. Yeah, I can feel that I'm tired. So have you seen this world? Have you seen... It's all pyramids. It's like the trolls are Incas. Oh, pyramids and waterfalls. Very pretty. Okay. I think I'll park myself here for now. So again, I do apologize for the delay. I can't figure out what's going wrong with my computers. I do, when I swim, I do turn them off completely so they can rest. But I guess I've still got too much in them. So I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna go get one more external drive and then I'm gonna organize them. I know it takes time. I just didn't want to spend the time on... It would take me an hour or two to go through all the videos and see which ones were what happens when we're saving a project versus the ones that are the end product, which I didn't know became two separate items. I just figured that out this morning. So I'm going to go through and be erasing more stuff, but it takes time to sweep through and do that. And I want to save all my episodes, at least the best copies. Yep. So here I am. And my bad fitting helmet. I'm gonna have to get rid of this one and get a new helmet. But at least I've worn it a couple times, so it's time to change it out. Do you like the fire dagger, which I turned into a sword, or I could toss it? I still have my axe, which is my best weapon. Ooh, and we gained a new subscriber today. I don't know if you know, but I think we're at 110 people, which is wonderful. And I got my viewership back up to normal, so I'm hoping this means that the YouTube will show my thumbnails more again now, because we're back up in a good standing with all that stuff. My hope is that by bombarding them this month, that things will get better. And I'm gonna do, I actually have Riddle Me Din Dins planned all the way to the end of September, except for this next week coming. But I've still got lots of stuff that I prepped months ago and never put it into anything, so I tried to pick different themes. Do you have I know I did one for Jamaica. Do you have another culture of food you'd like to find out about? Like, I haven't done Italy yet. One of our latest subscribers is from Malta, and I looked up a bunch of stuff. What are their stuff? It's like a widow's soup. I'm gonna do an episode about that. I don't know when I'm gonna put it in. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, but this Tuesday will be snack night because I'm going to that meeting, and I have to build myself my prototype of the physical version of the game, even though I want to do a digital one later. I just need to learn a lot more. Still learning. There's endless things to learn in this life, that's for sure. And I've been doing first aid all my life, so I'm going to learn coding. I don't know. Ooh, but my flowers have started to bloom, and my tomato plants have started their first flowers. So that's a positive. I very easily get localized. If I didn't have to commute, I wouldn't. And yet, I like to see other countries. I like to travel. But this year I won't be traveling. So that's why I talk a lot about making every day at home a staycation. And for me, the celebration is in food. There's the danger, though. Working to lose weight, yet I'm so very much into food and beverages. I like my mixed drinks. I like my mixed fruit drinks. The aqua frescas and that kind of thing. Also, Hero, I don't know if you speak other languages, because I always did intend originally to translate everything into French or Italian, because I can do that without Google Translate. But then when I was starting out, I was told by the guy who was my little teacher not to do that, to stick with English. Yeah, you're right. I have a different dagger. Let me show you this. I'm trying to keep things more to the silver. I'm a gold kind of a person in real life, but the silver I thought looked better on her. And let me show you the other dagger. Find it here. So I do try, like the cowboy hat, I try to make it black with the silver. That's the fire dagger. Oh, I think I called it wow dagger. Let me go down there. I do have fun dressing her like a doll. I like picking out my clothing. Some works better than others. I got a whole bunch of wigs in here. I didn't use them like I thought I would, but I will eventually, I think. I think it's funny, the one where I dress myself as a wiener, and the other one, I dressed myself as an ice cream cone today. Let me go back up, because I know how to spell. Here's the wow dagger. Okay, so I love my axe. The axe is my go-to. I'm always going to keep it. Oh, thank you. That pink tulip is a friendship gift. So here's the other dagger. Take a look at this. I won't shrink it. I thought this for her with the helmet probably was the better choice. I just didn't have time to go searching. How do you like that one? I think it's a photograph of a real one, the way it looks. Put that in her other hand. There, she'll flip that one around. There we go. Don't play scissor hands with me. Okay, I am lifting up my cup that I filled before I sat down to do this, if you can hear it. And I'm gonna drink a toast to you, Hero Flame. Thank you for being there tonight. It was nice to hang out with you. Okay. I'll wait until I find a red set of armor for this fire dagger. It goes with that spear that I caught the other day, which goes with the Viking helmet. And I think I still have the Viking helmet, so I'll do the red with the Viking helmet, and this dagger will go with the axe with this helmet. Chin chin. Alrighty. And here, I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to come back to this forever. Have you ever gone to the Pottermore website and done the quiz to find out which Hogwarts house you would belong in? Or do you have an idea of which one you'd want to belong to? Because I'm Slytherin and I just have to know. Yeah. Okay. It's 2:26 and counting. Hero Flame, I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Tomorrow, I don't know if it'll start in the morning, but by the afternoon and evening, there's going to be a lot of self-care videos that I'm launching. I'm just going to like barrage the heck out of the day because it's the celebration of self-care day. Well, actually, technically right now it started. And it's going to be a day where I'm still going to be going swimming for a couple of hours, but I'm going to preset times where they start launching, and there's going to be a whole bunch. I won't ever do it again, but I thought it's not a live marathon, but it'll be like a marathon of self-care stuff because that's the cornerstone of why I started VTubing, to help people. And we'll see. If I bombard it, maybe I'm forcing people to give me more watch time hours. Well, they say, what the heck am I watching? And then flip the channel. Slide to the right. Okay. So are you there? Because I'm going to have to say goodnight. And I don't have the ending screen tonight. I might, as much as I don't want to drop the opening and ending screens because I wanted to have things be clean, it's just not working that way. I don't think the computer can handle the memory load for now. We'll see if I can fix that later. Yeah, well, I guess you can dust off that doctor's couch now that I got off the chair. So sorry, but thank you for listening and giving me feedback. I appreciate it. Alrighty. So, thank you. The next time I'm going to be live online, schedule-wise, is going to be Thursday night for a special My Singing Monsters night for the kids that wanted that. Hopefully they stick around and stay subscribed to the channel. Goodbye, Hero Flame, and I will see you, if not Thursday, then on Friday night. This week is going to be a new creepy story, which I've already settled on, and I'm debating whether I make background pictures for it or not. We'll see. Have a great night. Have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoy all my little videos. They'll be varied sizes. Good night.